Hello kids, I hope you're doing well. Today we're on to number 5 and the fruit today is going to be grapes, okay? And our topic is kindness, okay? Now Ephesians 4 verse 32 says, "Instead, be kind to each other, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, just as God has forgiven you." So I'm going to tell you a little bit. In my last house where I lived, we had a grapevine. A grapevine is where grapes grow. And it's one of the fastest growing plants you could ever imagine. I would cut it all back, and then a week later, you'd have shoots up to who knows where, and you've got to just cut it the whole time. Well, anyway, I spent quite a few years trying to grow really good grapes on it. And sometimes I did all right, sometimes not so good. But I learned, because obviously I was watching it, I was pruning it, I was reading about it, I was trying to learn how I could possibly have the best grapes on the branches. Now, there are lots of things that contribute to that. And you might be thinking to yourself, why are you talking about your grapevine if today's topic is about kindness? Well, the definition in the dictionary of kindness, if you like, is the quality of being considerate. Considering someone else, considering their needs and what they desire. Well, when you grow a grapevine, there are lots of things that contribute to whether you get good grapes. One of them is sunlight and water and nutrients. All those things are important. But you may be amazed to know that one thing that's really important is space. That there is space for the grapes to grow. And so the vine in itself, as it grows, is like it's got to be considerate about how it creates space for the branches to grow. And if I came along and I pulled the branches all together, the grapes just wouldn't grow there. And if I put them too close to the fence or too close to the trellis, then the grapes just wouldn't grow there. So it needs to be in the right place with the branches hanging just right, good sunlight and space for those things to grow. There's got to be a consideration. You've got to be considerate. Now I think about that and I think about us as people. And I'm not saying we need space, but we do need to be people that are kind and considerate. If you think for other people to help us grow in our faith in Jesus and to help others grow in their faith with Jesus, we have to be kind with them. And without kindness, it becomes cramped and you're just never quite going to grow. I'm going to tell you a little story about my friend who one time I was in sixth form and I'd started driving. It's all very exciting when you start driving. And where my school was, there was a McDonald's just down the road. So one day I'm going to McDonald's and someone says to me, "Oh, can you get me a hamburger?" And I'm like, "Yeah, give me the money." Gives me £1 and off I go to McDonald's. And as I'm going down there and I get to the place to order the food, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, I've got a bit of spare money. Let's upgrade him. So I just upgraded him from a cheeseburger, a nice cheeseburger, I love cheeseburgers, to a quarter pounder with cheese. That's quite an upgrade. Well, when I came back and I gave him the quarter pounder with cheese, he looked at me and he's like, "What? Why are you giving me a quarter pounder with cheese? I ordered a cheeseburger." And I said, "Well, I had a bit of extra money, here you go, it's a gift." That's what kindness is. And I can tell you in that moment, he was so blown away over a silly hamburger. He was so blown away that I think for me and him, there was sort of like a friendship growth, if you like. We grew as friends in that moment. Kindness has this ability to help us grow. But it's more than that. See, little acts of kindness change people's hearts. They become softer. They become more open. And they see more of God in your life. Now, maybe this week you could just ask God for an opportunity to show kindness, to just be that little kinder to someone, to soften their heart to Him. So go, be kind to your mum, your dad, your sister, your brother, your dog, your friends, whoever it is, go be kind. Because as we do that, we help other people and we help ourselves. Last thing I want to show you is if I take this bunch of grapes, right? I said, "Oh, here's a bunch for you." There you go. Any more? Here's a bunch for you. And this is my bunch here. What's going to happen? Well, these two people, they haven't got enough. They're not going to be very healthy, are they? And me? Well, I've probably got too much, and I'm not going to be healthy. And kindness is like that. It's about sharing it out equally and saying, if I am kind to you and you are kind to me, then we're all going to grow together. And you get a beautiful bunch of grapes like this. Galatians 5:22, we'll go back to our verse to finish, says, but the Holy Spirit produces this kind of fruit in our lives: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control.